the opposing character, since I'm not really taking the character in this conversation. And so, do you have a sound argument which ends with the conclusion that most likely Neji wins?
Yeah, it's not going to be an argument that's literally in syllogism form. I'm just going to give an argument via the statements, the various statements that are provided within the series, and basically the feats that are performed within the series as well.
Okay. So when you present these statements, what are going to be the premises you basically generate? Are they're motivated from said statements, basically?
They're motivated from the narrative of the fucking series.
Yeah, I'm
Which
asking
is,
like what are they going to be? What's it? I'm asking like what's going to be the linguistic content of the premises, right?
yeah, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, like so if you have a set of statements which says that, for example, Neji is stronger than X character, and this character is proven to be stronger than Sasuke or whatever the character is, you can then say, well, here's a premise which is true in virtue of this set of evidential content, which is simply that Neji is stronger than X character, and then you use that premise in tandem with other premises to establish the probability of your primary proposition.
Okay, so you're just saying there's a bunch of subset premises that overall proves the initial premise that wants to
Because
claim.
the scans themselves are not sorry, the scans themselves are not premises. It's just like the content of the evidence, right?
Yeah,
Which is
they're evidence
included.
to prove the original premises that was made. Um yeah, so when you say that these statements isn't the premises, but there's still evidence that suggests why the claim that I made is indeed most likely the case, right?
Pardon?
You didn't hear me?
No, I didn't hear you actually.
Okay, so when I say that the statement, you're saying, well, the statement isn't the premises. Obviously, they're not. They're evidence that proves the claims that I literally are making, right? So if I make the claim that
Yeah.
Sasuke is faster than Lee, and then I send a statement by Kakashi literally stating it, are you saying that evidence alone doesn't prove that fucking Sasuke is faster than Lee?
I think it is context dependent, but let's just look over the evidence together and see if it is actually something which is good evidence or bad evidence.
Okay. So there's like a statement from Kakashi that literally leads to the idea that fucking Neji would beat Sasuke. You want to look at that first?
There's a statement from Sasuke, you said, or someone
I
else?
say Kakashi.
Kakashi. Okay, there's a statement from Kakashi which states what?
Yeah, that implies that fucking Sasuke would even lose to Neji.
Let me see that statement real quickly.
Yeah, who's in here? Yo, Batman, you're in here. Can you send a statement where like Kakashi says that like uh I'm afraid that like Neji would be even trouble for fucking Sasuke. If anybody got that statement, you can send it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
If anyone has it, send it in scans chat.
Yeah, if you guys didn't realize, he already
Yeah,
sent the
check
scan like
scans.
20 minutes ago.
Check scans chat, guys. Should be scans chat.
Yeah, bottom right. But I doubt that against a fighter like this Neji, even our own Sasuke would prevail. So basically, he's saying that like if Sasuke was to fight Neji, that he's like even have doubt that like he would even win. Like, he would lose to Neji.
Mm-hmm. And to clarify something, where's the scan? It's in like the side chat?
It's
No?
in scans. The scans, bro.
Okay. And just to clarify a couple of things, because you're making a lot of truth claims, you're making a lot of claims, whereas you're saying that there's some veracity behind it. When you say that something is true in this context, what do you even mean here by true?
When did I use the term true?
You think that it is the case, it is most likely true that your character beats Sasuke.
Yeah, so when I say, well, we all know what I mean by most likely the case, meaning that there's more evidence leading
No, I'm not
towards the.
asking for the
Uh,
probability analysis. I'm not asking for the semantic analysis of probability. I'm asking for the
uh-uh.
semantic analysis of truth.
So now you're questioning what truth means in this context.
Not now. I've been doing this for the past couple of seconds.
So when I say
So
true,
give me a
something
sec.
that
Give me a sec.
purports, so
Uh huh.
truth in a sense would be something that obviously purports to reality. But in this sense, since we're talking about a fictional verse, it would be something that
Uh huh.
purports to the reality of the verse.
To the reality of the scans and like all of the Naruto content, basically, right?
The Naruto verse, yeah.
Okay, cool. And so you're just saying that your statement is backed by the content available in Naruto, like there's the manga, the data book, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, everything within the Naruto verse leads towards that conclusion.
And so the Kakashi statement that we're talking about here, let me just check the scans again. Oh yeah. So this statement that we're talking about, right? Would you say that it is the case that this raises the likelihood of your claim to be the case?
This and other things alone, not just this alone. I think this is corroborated by the feats that's also showcased within the series as well. But this is a piece,
Okay, so
yeah.
just show me everything and then we just go over it together, okay?
Okay. So we have that. Can we? You agree that like Neji's above base Naruto, right?
Yeah, I can agree with this for sure.
Okay. And you also agree that like Neji's able to react to like QB Amp Naruto, right?
Yeah, he's able to react to Cuban Naruto.
Okay. And are you aware of like the data book statement of like Naruto being mentally amped against like the fight against Neji?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So it states like whenever can somebody send us the data book statement where it's like whenever Naruto says the word Hokage that he's mentally amped and shit. If anybody has that. Why was Batman banned? Marlon.
He wasn't banned. I
He
didn't
was.
ban
It's
him.
just well, can you
Let me check.
tell whoever banned him not to ban him?
Is he banned all time?
He was banned.
Let me check. Probably was doing dumb shit.
He
I
wasn't
didn't
doing
ban him.
anything. He was sending me scans. Oh,
Yeah, I unbanned him.
okay. All right, let me get him back in here. Uh all right, bet. What was I saying? Yeah, I was talking about how like yeah, somebody gonna send a data book statement.
It's there. It's in scans.
Yeah, so the data book says here every time he says the word Hokage, Naruto gets stronger. The pure aspiration creates strength. Because we all know that, like, well, you see Naruto. You know that, like, his drive and determination is to become Hokage, and he does whatever he needs to do within his determination in order
Yeah,
to
I
do
understand
so.
all of this.
Okay.
One thing I don't understand though is the correspondence stuff.
What do you mean by the correspondence stuff?
Like when you're gonna say that like the like for example the claim that Naruto or rather your character is stronger than this other character, you're gonna say that this corresponds to the data in Naruto. When you say it corresponds there, are you just saying that the statement is identical to the content in that's established by Kishimoto?
If Kishimoto's the one who obviously is creating the narrative, he's the author here. So obviously it's in correspondence to his showings within the verse. So if he showcased that like a
Hmm.
character is obviously above this said character and he leads multiple statements and multiple feats that leads towards that conclusion, then yeah, I agree that that would be the case. Mm.
So in other words, what you mean by correspondence is what specifically?
It's consistent with Kishimoto's beliefs and showings within the
It's
narrative.
consistent with Kishimoto's beliefs, you're saying.
Yeah, what his writings, what he's showcasing in his own verse.
Okay, so are you saying that the view that Neji is not stronger than Sasuke generates a logical contradiction with respect to Kishimoto's beliefs.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say it's a logical contradiction, but
So
that's
would it
us
not be
for
consistent?
us. Hold on, wait. Just because there's no logical contradiction, why would that mean that it needs to be consistent? Not consistent.
Because consistency is something which is evaluated in virtue of an absence of contradiction, at least in the logical sense. So if you're talking about consistency in a different sense, then tell me about it.
Okay, so if there's no logical contradiction of me being a woman, does that mean that I'm not a man?
Yes, consistent with the reality that you're not a man.
But there's no logical contradiction that I'm not a man.
Yeah, so it's there. Yeah, so the idea of you not being a man or you being a man is both consistent with the reality,
Hold on,
logically
wait.
speaking.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Paula, you just
what's
said
up?
that there's no logical contradiction with fucking uh with Kishimoto having belief that Neji is stronger than fucking Sasuke, which means that Sasuke could be
I'm not
fucking
talking
stronger.
about the logical
Huh?
contradiction in Kishimoto's belief system. I'm talking about whether there's a logical contradiction in your position being false given Kishimoto's belief system, which is a different point here.
But that's not the point of contention right now. It doesn't matter if there's no logical
Of course
contradiction
it
with
is.
my beliefs. No, it's not, because I just gave the example of me saying there's no logical contradiction
Well,
with
the
me
example does not
being a
pertain to what we're
man.
talking
But
about. But
hold on, wait, Apollo, we were doing good here,
Mhm.
but you're starting to cut me off. Um, Yeah, so the fact that there's no logical contradiction with me not being a man does not mean that I'm not a woman. That was to showcase how you're saying that if there's no logical contradiction with Kishimoto believes being the case, that fucking Sasuke is actually stronger than Sasuke. I mean Neji, or
That's not
Neji
what I
not being
said.
stronger
I
than
never
Sasuke.
said the absence of logical contradiction is something which is emblematic of something being
No,
true. I said the absence of logical contradiction is something which is emblematic of there being some logical consistency, because logical consistency is something which is defined in virtue of the absence of a contradiction. So a given belief, for example, is logically consistent if and only if there's no contradiction in that belief being false or in that belief being true, sorry. And so
oh
if
wait.
that is the case, and you're going to wait, hold on, just give me one second. If you're going to determine the correspondence relation between your beliefs and the series itself in virtue of logical consistency, then that would indicate that it is also the case that the belief that your belief is false would also correspond with the series trivially, because both beliefs, given your own agreement and my agreements that we shook hands on, is consistent with Kishimoto's belief system. Do you want?
No, I don't agree that your beliefs with Kishimoto is consistent with the belief. That's obviously what's in question here, right? And that's what I'm been showcasing in this debate, that Kishimoto believes is Neji beat Sasuke in part one, and it's consistent via the narrative, via the showings, via the statements, and everything that's
Well, didn't
literally
you agree that it is
recorded
possible
within the
for your belief to
verse.
be false?
Yeah, the fact that my belief is possible for my belief to be false does not mean that my belief is indeed false.
Yeah, so D1, what just happened is, no offense, but you kind of just fucked yourself, right? So the
I really
idea is
did.
simply you agree it is possible that your belief is false. And so if you agree it is possible, your belief is false, then the negation towards your belief would be consistent, logically speaking, with the series itself and the facts about the series, given the fact that it is logically possible for it to be true. So to then now say it is not consistent while agreeing it is possibly true just seems to be a contradiction, D1.
That's not a contradiction, Apollo. You're not actually tracking here.
Of
So once
course it
again,
is,
what I
James.
said, but no, yeah, be quiet. That was the whole fucking analogy with me saying that there's no logical contradiction with me being man, right? So the whole belief shit, just because there's no logical contradiction with my belief being false, it does not warrant that my belief is indeed false, right? Because a belief is not something that's actually objectively true. That's just something that you believe in. You claim to be the case. I can believe that your mother's downstairs right now getting doggy fucked by a fucking gorilla, right? But that doesn't mean that is actually happening right now, right? And there's no logical contradiction with that belief being false, all right? But it can also be true, right? But like I was saying before, that's why you post it in the debate sense. You're going to show a likelihood, you show evidence, you give reasons to suggest why your belief is more likely the case. And if you don't show any evidence on your side of why my belief is actually false or not be the case, right? Then you wouldn't actually win the argument, right? Because what I claim here is that it's more likely the case that Neji fucking beats Sasuke. I never made a claim that Neji indeed beats Sasuke. So the fact that you're saying, well, it's inconsistent with my beliefs because there's no logical contradiction with my belief being false, it fucks me up. I don't see how it fucks me up here at all.
Wait, D1, I think what just happened was you took a huge detour from what we are talking about, and that's fine. Let's just recap your argument. Let's just recap your agreement, and let's just recap the reason as to why, given your agreement, your position is flawed here, okay? So again, you said it is the case that your position is true in a probabilistic sense, right? You think it is true that Neji beats Sasuke. That's your position. You think it is stronger. Now, again, you specifically said that what you mean by your beliefs corresponding with the manga, with the content presented by Kishimoto, is simply that your beliefs is logically consistent with the content in the manga and the data book respectively. Now, we went over this, we evaluated what it means for something to be consistent, we evaluated the conditions, the qualifiers for consistency. And then after doing such, we came to the realization, the mutual realization rather, that the belief that Neji does not beat Sasuke would be consistent with all the available data. Now, you denied this claim, you neglected this claim, you rejected this. You said specifically that it is the case that this is not true because of the fact that you don't even believe it is consistent. You think there's a
I never no,
contradiction.
I never
And then
said that, Apollo.
specifically,
That's a
wait,
straw
hold
man.
on, D1. I did
That's a
not
straw man.
interrupt
I
you, one.
never said that I didn't believe that it was
D1,
consistent. That's
D1,
my whole
D1.
claim at
There's
first.
something called, there's a wonderful concept called common courtesy. Just apply that right here, okay? I'm still speaking.
Bitch, you're
So
straw manning me. Shut
I'm
the
saying
fuck up, bitch.
specifically, D1, you're crashing out, D1, D1, you're
Let
crashing
him
out.
finish
Calm down.
D1, then go ahead.
So
I don't
Yes,
give a
yeah,
fuck,
yes.
bitch.
yeah,
I'm gonna
thank you.
crash
Yeah,
out
he's
on your
crashing out for
mother,
no reason, man. I don't know
bitch.
what's going
Fuck
on. He
up.
was calm for the first part of the
Yeah,
conversation.
because
So
you're saying slick
D1,
shit
you're
that's not
crashing
true.
out. D1, calm down.
Fuck.
D1, you're petrified. You're terrified right now. So again, to continue the point I was making. All right, and I know I'm very funny. Yeah, I appreciate the laugh. So
Who
again,
was it laughing at you?
you specifically agree that it is possible that the
Fuck.
opposing belief in this dialectic is actually true. If you agree with this, then that specific
No, I
agreement is
don't.
incompatible. No, 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 no. D1, not done speaking. Yeah, there's something called social cues also. You're gonna have to improve on that aspect too, as well
You
as your
do the
debate skill.
same
So
shit.
again,
Funny.
you specifically said D1, I'm still speaking. D1, stop talking. Okay, good. So
Apollo, please,
again,
really
in
good.
this conversation, don't cry for Marlon. Okay, he's not gonna help you in this conversation.
I never
Okay, so
claimed
again,
Maul. What are you talking about?
specifically, what I'm saying here is that if you agree that it is the case that it is possible, right, that the opposing belief in this dialectic is true, you agree with this to be the case, then you making the claim that it is inconsistent with the data available would be something which contradicts your prior belief. And so
No,
you're in a double bind here. You're in a conundrum here. You're just confused
it
on the matter.
doesn't. It doesn't. So there was a lot of strawmans here. For one, it doesn't make my belief inconsistent at all. Right. For two, I never claim that the opposing side of the fucking argument is true or could be true. Right. Because obviously that would fucking debunk the fucking claim that it's consistent. Right. Because that's what I'm literally showing here. I'm showing a consistency of why Kishimoto believes is the case that fucking Neji beat Sasuke. But let's say that even if it is possible that there's no logical contradiction that Kishimoto could have beliefs that support the idea that fucking Sasuke beats fucking Neji, right? Because the only thing for something to be a no logical contradiction is if there's no fucking fuck, right? The only
I'll
reason
just
why
remind you real quickly.
be
There's no
quiet.
P and not
By the way,
P. There you go. Thank me later.
yeah, basically. But anyways, I don't know what you're trying to do that. Like, I don't know if you're trying to like use rhetoric, but just stop. Rhetoric doesn't work on me. But anyways, yeah. So if there's no P and not P. But anyways, but that doesn't warrant the claim now that it's inconsistent at all. I don't understand how you're getting at that, right? Because once again, Apollo, all I'm doing is showcasing you why it is consistent with this being the case, right? And if you don't show any evidence of why this thing will be inconsistent, you're just playing skeptic here. That doesn't actually do anything for your
Yeah.
argument, okay?
So sorry. So D1, I don't know what you're trying to do here. I don't know what's up with these weird, dishonest, bad faith, rhetorical strategies and tactics here. Whereas you try
What?
to be like you don't think rhetoric works on you while trying to be rhetorical. That's actually really strange and eccentric right there. But let's get to the substance real quickly. Okay. So again, your claim. I know I'm really funny, D1. Just calm down there for a
No.
second. Just one mute for a second. Okay. Just pipe down. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, D1. So anyways, D1. Yeah, James. Relax, James. So I'm saying specifically that as it pertains to the conditions, the qualifiers for your beliefs to be true, the only qualifier you have laid out in this debate here is just consistency. Consistency with Kishimoto's belief system, consistency with
Like, what's he
Kishimoto's
doing?
content. Wait, hold on, D1. I haven't even hit the main points that I'm making here. Just relax. Why are you so hasty? So again, just to continue with the point I'm making, right? So these are the qualifiers, and I'm saying these qualifiers that you have established in this debate as it pertains to your statement being true is going to be something which is satisfied by the opposing belief. And so if it is satisfied by the opposing belief you're arguing against, then you're not in a justified position to make the claim that your position is true and my position, or the opposing position, or to be more specific, is false. If the opposing position satisfies the conditions and the qualifiers that you abide by to determine the truth, value, and the veracity of your
It
position.
does. Are you done?
Of course, man, go for
So
it.
let's go over here quite simply, because I don't know why you're trying to use rhetoric with me. Rhetoric doesn't work with me, Apollo. You should know that. I'm a rhetoric tactic. I'm a rhetoric titan. I does this shit for a living. But anyways, like I was saying, let's break this down a little bit, Apollo, because I think there's a little bit of misunderstanding here on your end, or on both of our ends, which is possible, right? But anyway, so when you say that it is possible for Kishimoto's beliefs to be inconsistent, are you claiming that that warrants that my claim is now inconsistent? Is I just need a yes or no.
I'm saying it would be consistent with your
Okay.
prior.
So it would it be consistent with my prior claim?
Yeah, you made two claims. The first claim is that it is logically possible for belief which opposes your belief to be true. Then the other claim is that it is logically inconsistent for that belief to be true. Those two things are contradictory, D1.
I don't think I made those claims, but that's why I think the straw man happened here. Right. So which claim specifically do you believe that shows an inconsistency?
I think it's a conjunct of both claims that generates the inconsistency, D1, not just one claim
Okay.
in separation.
Okay, thanks. All right, so now we go from here, right? I made the claim, right, that Kishimoto believes is consistently showing that Neji is superior to Sasuke, right? And then you ask me, right, is there any logical contradiction to the opposing side? Is that not the question that you asked me?
But sorry, I was like reading the chat. Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah. So when I made the claim that it's consistent that Kishimoto is showing from a narrative perspective that Sasuke is inferior to Neji, you ask me, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? Is there any logical contradiction with Kishimoto belief being to the opposing side? Correct?
Yeah, and you don't even need to say correct me if I'm wrong because I always correct you when you're wrong. Okay.
Oh no, you're gonna say correct, right? Because I'm the king, right? So, like I was saying, that's correct. Okay, so when I say there's no logical contradiction, obviously there's no not P and P. All right. So how does that now warrant the claim that it's inconsistent that Kishimoto is consistently writing Neji to be superior to fucking Sasuke? I don't see the
You see,
disconnect
D1,
at
I
all.
expected to ask this question, really. I knew to ask this question. And so I knew for a fact I'd have to rerun the again. Okay? So the reason as to why this is the case, that there's an inconsistency, right, is because obviously if we're going to make the claim that given the fact or given the reality we're talking about here, which is the fictitious reality of Naruto, it is the case that it is logically possible for your position to be false, then you're agreeing that that belief specifically is compatible, is consistent with Naruto as a series and the content within Naruto. Then now, after you said this, you subsequently stated that it is the case that there is an inconsistency insofar as it is not consistent with Kishimoto's belief system. It is not consistent with the data book information, as well as the manga, whatever that you believe to be credible, as it pertains to the Naruto verse. Now, these two claims are denying one another. The first one is claiming the consistency relation. The other one is claiming an inconsistency with the data. Now, clearly, there's a contradiction there. I've just elaborated on the contradiction. So hopefully, you're able to understand the contradiction in either one, concede that you've made a contradiction, or two,
Yeah, that's the thing
finally
that
argue that you've not made a contradiction and proceed to further embarrass yourself. So pick one.
yeah, so I did
Pick
not make a
one.
contradiction. Yeah, I did not make a contradiction. So that's where the disconnect is at. You're claiming that there's a contradiction, but I don't see the contradiction at all because I never claim what you're claiming that I claim. Okay, that's why I said you straw man me. So the only thing that I did indeed fact claim is that fucking it's consistent that Kishimoto is writing Neji to be superior to fucking Sasuke. I'm claiming that that is true. That is most likely the case. Okay. Thank you. Um, the other claim that you're claiming that it's a contradiction to that claim is saying that it is possible for Kishimoto belief to be the opposing side. Me saying that it's logically possible for that to be the case does not now warrant the claim that Kishimoto did not indeed truly write Neji to be fucking superior to Sasuke. that is not indeed a contradiction towards my argument, nor it does not hinder my argument as well. Because what I'm arguing for here is that there's more evidence leading towards the side that Neji is above Sasuke than it is that Sasuke is above Neji. And that's what I was going to send evidence to showcase the narrative to be. Right, so you trying to use this dumb ass skeptical stance where you're trying to say, oh well, yeah, D1, you're opposing a contradiction because you claim that that is logically possible for Kishimoto believes to be the opposing of yours. But something being logically possible does not warrant that this thing is true. I'm claiming that this thing is true within reality, and I'm showing evidence of it. That's why this little weird fucking IRL shit you try to do,
Take
where
your
you
time,
try to
D1.
create
Yeah,
these fucking
we're all with
paradoxes
you, man.
and shit, it doesn't work. But Apollo, I expected better from you, and I thought you were gonna actually engage in my arguments and not pull this dumb ass shit where you try to use, oh, I'm Apollo,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to use
Let it
my
all out,
narrative
D1. It's okay,
tactics
man.
to
We're all
defeat
with you,
this
man.
shit. Yo, Apollo, you don't look good here. Just stop trying to use this rhetoric. I
Yo,
was
let it
quiet
all
while
out,
you were
man.
quiet, so shut the fuck up.
Release
Thank
the
you.
pent-up
So
anger
I
within
don't
you,
want
man.
you.
It's okay.
I don't want
It's
you
okay.
cutting me off. So when I cut you off during your little talk, don't complain, bitch. Okay, that's all I ask.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, keep
Okay.
it consistent, buddy. But anyways, so yeah, I don't see why this is the case at all. But maybe you can say it again with your Jamaican ass accent and fuck yourself in a hole, booty hole, while you go in the bathroom and stick a diddle on your ass and say fuck me, 1, 2, 3, like your fucking baby mother said when she fucking slapped the fucking dick in her mouth by fucking Chris Brown and got raped by motherfucking 10 bulldogs, you ugly bitch. But maybe you can fucking enlighten me. Fuck.
So I agree. I agree with you guys. I mean, that was a bunch of funny packs at the end part, but you know why he did that is because he knows for a fact he's going to be retardedly blown out. His brain's going to be
No.
blown the fuck out right now. And as a result of that, he had to add those packs as a means of masking his insecurity over the fact he's going to destroy complete on the rhetoric. Now, to get to the actual substance here, D1, I don't know why you think for some reason that the gaslight and rhetorical strategy where you try to poison the well and say that I am not engaging is going to work or is going to convince me or anyone with an IQ above 5 that you're winning this conversation, it's not going to do because we all know you're getting blown the fuck out, okay? So, firstly, it is actually retarded to say that it is the case that me asking you for clarification on the words you're using and me using reductives giving her clarification on the concepts is not a form of engagement. It actually is, D1. It's called the conceptual clarity about it. I'm not sure if you know what that term actually is, but I asked you for conceptual clarity on the words truth and correspondency. Then after I've clarified these things and we've shook hands on what you mean by these two words, I show the contradiction. I showed the reduction, and you were unable to actually respond to this reduction and this
I
contradiction.
did.
Now I'm going to relay out the contradiction because I know your brain processes only 5 words in like 2 minutes or something.
That's
It's
the
really slow, by
claim,
the way. So I'm
Apollo.
going to
You
relay
keep
out the, I'm
claiming
going
it's
to
a
relay out
contradiction,
the
but you
argument.
haven't
Just
actually
calm down,
proven that it
D1.
is a
Quiet down,
contradiction,
D1.
retard.
I'm going to relay out the argument, okay?
The
So
fuck?
again,
This nigga's retarded.
you said in your little rambling session that it is the case that it is logically possible for this to be true. We got this on the clip, by the way. We got you clipped, by the way, D1, so you can't lie about this. So you made this claim, and then you said that Kishimoto does not truly believe X. But when we've already
I
semantically
never said
reduced what
that.
you mean
That's the
by
straw man. I
truly,
never said that.
your concept of truth, by the way, just boils back down to consistency, which we've already agreed is going to be something which is satisfied by both positions. You fucking moron. So again, I don't know if you're like pretending as if you're not able to track the point and you're just being dishonest, or you're just genuinely not tracking the point because you're low IQ as fuck. But please, D1, stop. You're not looking good, James. Okay? Give a substantive response this time. Don't disappoint your master like this, okay?
So, anyways, before Apollo started having a bad faith discussion, he doesn't look good anywhere in this fucking discussion. He's getting blown the fuck out. He's fucking retarded. He's incapable of
You
tracking my
still to be your
arguments.
words, by the way.
Are you gonna be quiet? Yeah, you're gonna be quiet. Thank you. And he's incapable of tracking my arguments because obviously I literally called him out for this not being a contradiction. And he's just gonna reassert the claim, which is literally begging the question, retard. And he's gonna say, well, this is a contradiction. You haven't tracked the reductio. Obviously, I did retract the reductio, and I literally denied that this thing was a reductio, but he didn't actually track here because he's a fucking retard and he's Jamaican and his mother sucked dick at fucking Safeway. So, anyways, back to what I was fucking saying, fucking retarded ass bitch, is that the things that you're claiming that I claim, I did not, in fact, claim these things, Apollo. So that's why it would not be a contradiction here, and it wouldn't be a reductio. Okay, thank you. So what I claim here, Apollo, I'm going to repeat it for the 10th time. Hopefully, you could track with your Jamaican fucking brain and your fucking feet on the fucking ground while you're pedaling on your fucking bike, riding your mother's dick at fucking McDonald's, ordering a motherfucking McFlurry because your mother doesn't have
D1,
enough
lock in.
money
Stop
to pay
stuttering,
the
D1.
fucking
Lock the
rent.
fuck
You
in, D1.
fucking bitch. I'm locked the fucking Apollo, and you're gonna
No,
fucking
you're
lock
not
the
locked in. You're
fucking in
stuttering
this
like a
fucking
bitch,
debate.
right?
You suck a bitch. So, anyways, back to what the fuck I was saying. You schizo battle ass nigga. Is that Yeah. So, right, is that Kishimoto is literally consistent with his belief about Neji being above
What is this?
Sasuke,
What's that
right?
word?
Then
What's
you
that
try to
word?
say that it's inconsistent because I made the claim that it is true that Kishimoto can have an opposing side that literally is inconsistent with Neji being above Sasuke. But I'm not claiming that that thing is true, right? I'm claiming that that thing is possible. That's different, Apollo. If I was claiming that this thing is true, then there would be a contradiction with the prior claim, okay? But I never claimed that. What I'm claiming here that is true is that it's consistent that Kishimoto believes, right? Which is supported with the narrative is that he's above fucking Sasuke. Okay, I'm going to take it pretty slow here because obviously you can't track when I'm going 100 miles per fucking per hour for saying my fucking army, you stupid bitch. Nigga. So what I was saying, you fucking retarded, is that fucking Kishimoto is consistent with this fucking belief that fucking Sasuke is the motherfucking lead, you stupid bitch. Nigga, and it's showing up with the fucking consistency of his
Okay,
fucking argument being the
D1.
fucking case.
Okay,
Stupid
D1.
bitch.
Now your
So
time is
anyways,
done for.
like I was
You're
saying,
done for now,
retard.
D1.
So now you're gonna actually
Yeah,
track the fucking
so
argument. You're
you're
gonna say
done
what the fuck I need you to
expressing your
say, you
point.
stupid bitch. Okay, dumb bitch. Now
Okay.
get to it.
So, chat, let's all laugh at D1's pathetic attempts at rhetoric and him just continuously stuttering and slurring over his words as if he needs speech therapy. So, D1, you just did not respond to anything which is actually relevant. Responses are do better. I'm actually confused as to why you're so confused on the point this basic. Okay, it's like as if you agree on one, and even Malim actually quoted what you said verbatim. He quoted you saying that it is logically possible for a position to be false. You have literally said this. Everyone, including your own fans, can attest to this recollection of mine. And so now you're trying to backtrack like the dishonest little bitch you are from that agreement because you realize that you just got penetrated on the point and you got no means of escaping. Okay. So again, you made the claim that it is logically possible for X to be true, and by X you're specifically talking about the negation towards a position. And so when I've asked you again, I'm going to repeat this one more time. This is going to be the last time I educate you on this basic point, D1. Just track and lock the fucking moron. Okay. When I've asked you what do you mean by truth and veracity, that just semantically boils back down to consistency, to which you've agreed is something which is satisfied by the negation in virtue of it being logically possible for the negation to be true. And clearly, if it is logically possible for a position to be true in a given context, then give it a given specific context, it is consistent with all the facts of that context. So your position literally is something which is contradicted given your trash analysis of what it means for something to be true. It doesn't even make any sense to me. Why would you even make claims regarding what is true and what is not true and consistent or inconsistent if you don't even understand these concepts properly? Like, it's just so embarrassing. I'm getting second hand embarrassment from you tripping over your words while trying to be rhetorical, from you packing as a means of covering up your insecurity, and you not tracking as a means of you being an idiotic moron. Okay, so this is perhaps going to be the last time. Hopefully, I'm going to respond or emphasize on why you're incorrect at this point. Give your response, D1.
Yeah, thank you, Apollo. So no, I was not being fucking dishonest. You
I
fucking
don't think you should be
moron.
thanking someone for pissing on your
Why are
face
you
in the
talking when I
conversation, by the way.
talking because I was fucking
Yeah, that
politely
it's weird to
quiet
thank someone for
while you
pissing
went on that
on the
yapping.
conversation,
Why
by
you
the way.
went on that? Yo, Marlon, do you mind muting him?
All
Because
right,
I
yeah,
was
one at a time.
quiet. Yeah,
Apollo,
thank you.
you
Because I
got
don't
it.
know why he keeps yapping his Jamaican fucking mouth, bitch. Nobody wants to hear that fucking crusty ass accent, you stupid bitch. Sound like you was on fucking Transformers 4 getting fucked by a fucking cow. Shut the fuck up, you dirty ass nigga. But anyways, back the fuck I was saying. So no, I was not dishonest, Apollo. You're a fucking retard, and you can't actually track the fucking argument because I never claimed that it is true that it's inconsistent with fucking Kishimoto beliefs that fucking Neji is fucking inferior to fucking Sasuke. That's not what I claim here, okay? And you didn't actually point out the reductio because if it was the case, because your reductio is presupposing that I made these said claims, which I didn't, Apollo. You're not a rhetorical tactic. I'm the rhetorical tactin, and you're not appealing here. I even won polls, bitch, in a fucking non-biased fucking server, and you fucking lost. So you can suck my motherfucking black ass, big ass cock, nigga, and you can get on your motherfucking knees, and I can shoot your ass with my motherfucking Glock 19, dumbass bitch. Bow, 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 bail, bitch. Now you dead, nigga. Now you know he dead. Now you know he slid. Now you know his mother give head. That bitch give head on Christmas too. Thank you for the present, bitch. Now back to what the fuck I was saying, retard. This nigga dumb as shit. Anyways, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
So back to what the I was fucking saying. You fucking retard. I understand that you're Jamaican and you live in a third world country where you use these terms very differently. Knows what the term true means. Everybody knows what the term consistent means. Consistent means that more so of the time than it is denied. So, for example, it's consistent that your mother literally works at Starbucks. Okay, she wakes up every day and she works a 9 to 5 every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and she's also the
D1,
Starbucks.
that's not
So
consistency. That's
why are you
frequency,
talking?
fucking
Why are you
moron.
talking? Why did he get unmuted? Why did he
You're
get
so
unmuted?
retarded.
Why did he get unmuted? Why did he get unmuted? Malum.
Do you know what frequency means?
Yo,
That's
Malum, why
frequency
did he
just
get
described.
why did he
All
get
right,
unmuted?
because you was done D1, no?
No,
Like,
I wasn't. I was still
you
speaking.
talking about his
You were
Starbucks, bro.
done, and then you just
I was
yapped
still
again like a
speaking. I was
moron to
still
extend your
speaking. I was
point to give
All
you
explaining
right,
my
give.
your
point
target.
out there.
Let him finish up, Paula. Then you
All
got as
right.
much time as you want.
Thank
All
you.
right.
So I'm gonna send a definition of consistency because obviously he's retarded. He's talking about some frequency. Dumbass. Uh.
Where's Shinra at, bro? I want to flame Shinra, and I don't know why.
Okay. The way in which a substance, typically a liquid, that's not the right one. Yeah, conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. Okay, so when we talk about accuracy here, we're talking about the accuracy of how is consistently with the narrative that Neji's above Sasuke, right? Via the feats he performs, via the statements that is shown, via everything within the series. Is accurate that this thing is the case. Okay, that's what accuracy means. Okay, thank you. So when you talk about frequency, right? Obviously, frequency can lead to some type of consistency, but obviously that's not what I'm using consistency in my sense. So we're literally disagreeing with the
It's
word, the term.
pronounced
Why
consistency,
are
not
you talking?
consistency.
Why are you talking,
Consistency, you
bro?
dumb fuck.
Apollo, stop unmuting this fucking mutt. Thank you. He's a fucking mutt. You put him in the fucking cage where the fuck he belongs. Okay.
Bro, you can't even pronounce a word
The
like
fuck? Shut the fuck
consistency, you
up,
fucking
bitch.
retard.
Anyways, like I was saying, you put him in the
Like you're
fucking
bad at
cage
English and
where
you're
he
gonna
fucking
be the Jamaican when
belongs,
you're like
bitch.
studying all of your
Apollo,
fucking
get your
words like a
Jamaican ass back
moron.
to the fucking cage,
You
bitch.
can't say
You a
someone is
motherfucking
Jamaican
Jamaican
when he
German
can't even
Shepherd, you
speak
stupid
English
bitch.
properly.
Shut the
You're like,
fuck up, you
you can't
fucking
even
ragged
pronounce the
ass
word
bitch. You
consistency.
fucking
What are you
pootie
even
tang looking
doing,
ass
D1?
bitch ass
You
nigga.
look
Shut the
bad on the
fuck up,
rhetoric right
pussy
now,
ass
and your
nigga.
mic isn't even
You're
that good.
retarded as
So
shit.
again,
And you're not doing
now that
anything,
you're
you
done
fucking
yapping
nerd,
on the
bitch.
actual
Now take off
points, I'm
your
just gonna
fucking
give a
nerdy ass
response to
glasses
what
and
you
get the fuck
said.
out of my fucking
So
stage, you
number
bitch ass
one, you've
nigga.
not even
Shut the
rejected
fuck
the
up. You're
recollection
fucking
point I've
retarded,
given
bitch.
regarding you.
Get the fuck off the stage, bitch, and get your bitch ass in the fucking stage where the fuck you belong, pussy ass nigga. This is my
Apollo,
shit,
come back
nigga.
up.
You don't do shit with me, motherfucker. You wanna fuck with a real one, bitch? I'll slap your ass with
Come
a
back
fuck
up.
any
Come back up,
meatball, bitch.
Apollo.
Shut the fuck up, pussy.
Come back up. Hey, D1, don't. Hey, D1, I'm about
So
to
I
take
don't
your
even know
time.
why I got booted down the stage, Monlin, but that was the
It was
last straw
D1.
right there. I've given your server activity, and majority of the people in the chat are from my server. We can just easily just move on
Wait,
these
wait,
servers.
wait, 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 Apollo. It was
Kill the
D1, and
server
you both
activity
of. Wait, wait,
really
wait, wait. It was
simply.
D. Wait, wait. It was
So
D1, and
it was
both
a
of
good
you have the
debate,
same
Don. I'm
role.
glad that D1 got he got fun out of this stuff.
Okay,
We can
too
end the
bad.
recording here. It was a good conversation, D1.
Thank you.
But
I won pose too, by the way. Thanks.
the
Apollo,
continuous
it was
muted and then
D1,
I
and you
got
both
muted
have the
again, by the way.
same role. Like, did you hear that?
Hmm.
Why would you even
I said
give either of us perms in a debate where you can use
I didn't
perms
think
against
you.
each
I
other?
didn't think
That's
you. That's the
crazy.
first time either of you
That's
have
really
used it.
crazy,
So
man. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
okay,
Yeah, that was a good conversation, man.
that shit
So
was funny though. I mean, you guys can leave it
yeah,
there
it
if
was
you want
fun. It
to.
was a fun conversation.
Is Dead Boy in here though? I mean, shit, Dead Boy versus D1 right
No,
now
I've
would be
just done my job
crazy.
on them. That's it.
Is Dead? Thank you, Paul. I appreciate.
Still
Is
mob.
Dead Boy free right now? Dead Boy versus D1 would be crazy. I'm black and beautiful. Yo, Dead. Let me invite him to the stage because Dead Boy does part one. Mm-mm-mm. Tell him to join VC.
Who the fuck is this fake ass business email? Who the fuck is that nigga? Oh, it's probably somebody from Apollo server.
Oh.
Gotta be.
All right, who wants to debate D1, bro? All right, come on. Who wants to debate D1?